Hola clase. In this video, you're going to be taking notes in your note-taking document on gender and number agreement in Spanish. Now, many languages have this concept where some words are considered masculine and some words are considered feminine. It's difficult because in English we don't often have this. But we're going to see how it works in English and then compare how it works in Spanish. So let's see how gender plays itself out in the English language. Some words are obvious. They're obviously masculine or feminine. For example, a bull is the male version of a cow. A hen is the female version of a chicken, the male version being a rooster. A husband is a masculine word. It's for men. A wife would be for the female. Niece is a female, whereas nephew would be the male. Other words like cousin could be a male or a female. Or if you think of like the word sibling, a sibling could be masculine or feminine. We could also make it more specific and say brother. That would be masculine, and sister would be feminine. But what about objects that are not human, such as a calculator or love or a phone? Things that are not human or not living, in English, there's no masculine or feminine quality to them. However, you're going to see in Spanish that even words like calculator or computer are going to have a feminine. They're categorized as either masculine or feminine in the Spanish language. In Spanish, all nouns, which are people, places, and things, are going to be categorized in two ways: masculine and feminine. That means, yes, even a computer is going to be categorized as a male or female. Now, this doesn't mean that the computer is a girl computer. We're referring to gender as a grammatical category. The way the actual word for computer is considered masculine or feminine, but not the actual object. It doesn't mean the object is for a boy or a girl. So what does this mean? Well, nouns are going to be masculine or feminine, and you can tell based on the ending of the word. If a word ends in an O in Spanish, or a noun or adjective, it means typically it's masculine. If the last letter of the word is an A, that means it's feminine. Again, this doesn't mean the object is a boy or girl or for boys or girls. It's simply the way the words are categorized in the grammatical way that Spanish is organized. If you recall adjectives, which describe nouns, adjectives are going to switch to match what they're describing. So my adjective will have an O if I'm describing something masculine or a masculine word. My adjective will end in an A if I'm describing a word that's feminine. Let's see an example. El muchacho es bajo. That means the boy is short. We see el muchacho indicates that we're talking about a boy. When we say he is short, we have an O on the end of the word short so that it matches the gender of what we're describing. On the other hand, if we're describing a girl, la muchacha, we then need to say baja. So the word that describes her has to match and be feminine since we're describing a female. Here's where we need to start taking down some notes. I'm sure you've noticed that there's el or la in front of words in Spanish. That is the gender. There's masculine el or los, and there's feminine la or las. The number refers to if it's one or if it's more than one. And this is easy because plural, if there's more than one, is going to end in an S, just like in English. Book, books. The boy, we need el muchacho, because this is singular and it's masculine. It's tricky because there are 4 ways to say the. We need to make sure we use the correct one depending on what we're referring to. When we refer to the girl, we're saying la muchacha. Now, what if we describe boys, more than one? We need to have los muchachos. And finally, if we're describing all girls, las muchachas. So not only is the word the going to change, el, la, los, or las, but the end of our noun is going to change as well. O, a, os, as. So let's take a break really quickly to determine what form of the word the should go in these blanks. There's 4 versions of the word the, and it needs to match what we're talking about. So pause the video and see if you can fill in your notes with what you think the correct answers would be. We can do one as an example. The book. I see that libro ends in an O, and it's singular. So I want the singular version of the word the and the masculine version. You try the rest, and when you're ready, continue the video to find the answers. Let's see the rest of the answers. The books. So now we are still using a masculine word. It ends in an O, but it's plural, so we add S. We need los libros. Now we're describing the chair. We can tell that it is singular because there's no S on the end, and it's feminine because it ends in an A. La silla. The chairs, now we're going to make it plural. Las sillas. And again, a book doesn't mean it's a boy book. It's just the way that the word for book is categorized. It's classified as a masculine word, even though a girl can read the book or a boy can read the book. It doesn't matter. The windows. The word for window happens to be feminine. There's no explanation why, it's just the way it's categorized. We want the plural feminine version of the. Las ventanas. And finally, the window. It's one window, but it's still feminine. We want the singular version. La ventana. Now we're going to see, instead of the word the, we're going to look at how to say an, or some. It's the same concept. We have a masculine and a feminine version, and we have a masculine plural and a feminine plural version. A boy would be un muchacho. A girl would be una muchacha. Some boys would be unos muchachos, and some girls would be unas muchachas. So again, let's do one example together, and then you try the rest. This is a book. The book is singular and it's masculine. We can tell from the O on the end. We want un. We want un libro. Un. Okay? Pause the video and try the rest. See if you can get the correct answers. Let's go over the rest. Number 2, some books. Now it's plural. We want unos libros. A chair. Una silla. Some chairs, we make it now plural. Unas sillas. Some windows, it's feminine and plural. We want unas ventanas. Now we want a window. It's just one, and it's feminine. Una ventana. If you have any questions, please write them down in your notes and make sure to ask so that we can get some good practice in.